Laspa here. And Minister, you're very welcome to the Chamber today. This bill has been in the works for some time and will bring about drastic change for people and companies working in broadcasting and streaming. Indeed, it will affect everyone in the country in some way. It is a large bill and a technical one at times, but the main effects of it are laid out in an accessible manner. The replacement of the BAI with the new Commission Amman, which remit will extend beyond that of the BAI into the realm of audio-visual on-demand media services, or streaming to the layman, and also into social media, which the bill calls a relevant online service for the time being. I'm going to stick to some of the terms that everybody knows. This bill comes because of a debate which has happened in the Western Hemisphere for the past few years, largely kick-started in 2016 by the cultural fallout from Brexit and the US presidential election, the crux of which people behaved poorly online and therefore what is to be done about it. This, of course, primarily is a moral issue. Someone with no love of neighbour doesn't care what harm they bring to others. But since we can't legislate that everyone be moral, well, here we are. It just takes some issues from I just want to take some issues of the bill in order of appearance. Section 35, which amends Section 123 of the Principal Act, allows the Commission to receive funding from the television licence fee, joining RTE and TG Cahir as the recipients of such. Now, I don't know how TG Cahir feels about sharing the pie, but RTE has spent the last few years having a good moan about how the $200 million a year gets spent from the fee. It simply isn't enough, and has continually held out the begging bowl to successive governments. Most companies and families and individuals might have to look at costs and expenses and engage in a bit of budgeting to make ends meet when times are tough. But then, with most companies, it's not illegal to not pay for their service that you didn't ask for and don't use. There was some talk of a broadcasting levy which would be applied to every household rather than only those with the television. Let's all be glad that that wasn't the route taken. Instead, we're going to put a levy on Netflix, Hulu, Prime Video, Disney+, you know, the companies who make the content that people want to pay for, radio stations and social media companies, which they will pay to the Commission for the privilege of being regulated in the hope that they will be put some money towards in their coffers. Part 2 of the bill is where things get more worrying than ridiculous: online safety. But before I talk about harmful online content, I want to mention Section 139D, age-appropriate online content, which I am so glad that it is in the bill, because very few parents have any idea of what children see online. The kid gets given a phone at whatever age, sometimes as young as 6 or 7, and they're left alone with it day and night, with unrestricted internet access, and it's not okay. I am so sick and tired of the blind eye being turned when it comes to the harm that this is doing to the children the length and breadth of this country. From constant exposure to cyberbullying, unrealistic body imagery for young girls, leading to low self-esteem, eating disorders, to one-click access to hardcore pornography, desensitising the over-sexualisation of young people, direct messages from anonymous accounts on TikTok, Instagram, Discord, asking them for photos. The list goes on, and the parents are not doing their job at protecting their children from the internet. That's a fact. It's not going to be very popular saying this, but we don't like to criticise parents. But this is too important, and we must call it out. Because that, of course, is the role of the parent, to raise and nurture and protect their child. It is less so the relationship between the government and its citizens. And yet, that is also what the government is seeking to do with this bill: make the Media Commission the saviour of grown adults nationwide by saving them from offence. Because alongside the serious issue of self-harm, suicide and eating disorders is the definition of harmful online content, is online content which humiliates another person. Until this bill, if someone tweets something which I feel humiliates me, I can ask Twitter to take it down. And if they don't, I can go to the Media Commission, tell them it's negatively impacting my mental health, and they'll order it to be taken down. It's the teacher making sure the kids play nice in the yard, scaled up to the entire online presence of everyone in the country. Bullying is a different story. It carries with it the idea of behaviour that's targeted and repeated. There is no such provision in this bill. It can literally be a once-off occasion, and just like that, this organ of the state will sweep in and make sure that no one's feelings ever gets hurt. The role of the state is to protect our rights, not our feelings. This is very early stages of this bill. I welcome provisions of this bill, particularly in the provisions of protecting our children. However, I also have serious concerns on the possible overreach of the Commission in restricting freedom of speech online. I look forward to working with the proposers at committee stage, where I will be putting forward amendments to ensure the continued existence of freedom of speech in this country. Thank you.